Hey everyone, what's going on? And welcome to another video. My name is Brandon Purcell. And if you do like what you're about to see, please do like, comment, and subscribe. Alright, let's get right into it. Today's topic, we are going to be talking about traveling to Hawaii. Now, this is for anyone that has been before, never been, looking about going, considering, what to know, be prepared for, and yada yada. I'm going to go into deep detail, tell you exactly what you need to know and what you need to bring. So let's jump right in it. Alright, Hawaii is a beautiful tropical paradise. If you're one that loves the outdoors and a go, go, go lifestyle, well, this is the place for you. There's all kinds of things you can do, and you can do them year round because the weather in Hawaii does not change all that much. To be honest, it fluctuates very little, if at all. And now it does rain quite a bit, but when I say rain, it's not rain downpour all day. It's more like a sprinkle, but it's also, 70, 80 degrees. As for the year-round temperature, it dips here and there just a little bit, but it stays pretty average around 80 degrees, which 80 is quite warm and enjoyable, so depending on the time of year you want to go, you should be good. Any time of the year, 80 is plenty decent weather to go swimming and hiking and all the adventures you want to do. Alrighty, so back to when should you go? Let's get on that topic. So when is a good time to go? Well, that really depends on your schedule and when you can make time for it. But here's some options to consider. Are you wanting to go when less people are there, get a little bit cheaper hotel rates? Well, Oahu has the least number of visitors in February, April, and November. These are the best months to escape the crowds and nab a cheaper hotel rate. So for some other adventures, for the best chance of seeing humpback whales, visit Oahu from December to April and catch the North Shore's big surf travel between December and February. Now, those are just a couple things. Obviously, if the schedule's open, I would definitely recommend going in February or November when it's slower. You can do more things, and the hotel rate's cheaper, so why not save yourself some money and beat the crowds? Also, let's go over a little bit more, what to be prepared for. Now, if you're going to go in that first week of June or June and July at all, the crowds are going to be busy, lots of people, but it is also drier this time of year. So which is nice. You won't have as much rain. There will be a little bit every now and then, but the humidity is not as bad, and obviously it is nice to not have that much rain. Alrighty. So if you've never been to Hawaii, let alone anywhere tropical, be prepared. So when you first get to Hawaii and get out of your plane, guess what? The airport is a lot of outdoor. So as soon as you get out of that plane, boom, you're going to be hit with that 80-degree humid weather. Yes, it is a shock if you're coming from somewhere cold like I am, where I live in Oregon, and it's quite cold depending on the time of year we leave from here. So yeah, be prepared. It's going to be really warm. Get your sunglasses because that's what you're going to need as soon as you get out of the airport. All right, so let's talk about going to the Hawaii. Things that you're going to need, wish you had, and regret if you did not buy it. Sunscreen. Now, you don't necessarily need to bring it because you can't always get it there, but the price is quite fluctuated due to, obviously, you gotta have it because if you don't have sunscreen, you're gonna burn, and they know, well, it's sunny here all the time, so you'll need that sunscreen, so you're gonna pay it no matter what. So, save yourself some money, throw it in your carry-on, put it in a bag, and bring it with you. Also, walking. You're going to walk all the time. If you do not have a nice pair of walking shoes yet, I recommend buying some and breaking them in. That way you don't hurt your feet when you're walking, or if you already have some, great, bring them along. But you're going to be walking all the time, every single day, all day, because there's so much to see, so much to do, and honestly, it's just adventures from the start till finish. You'll be walking everywhere. Obviously, there's times you can take an Uber or the bus or taxi or however the means of transportation you're taking, but you're going to wish you brought a nice pair of walking shoes if you're going to be exploring or hiking and doing those types of adventures. Now, and don't forget your sunglasses. And of course, obviously, your swimsuit, because you're going to pay the price if you want a swimsuit when you're in Hawaii. Alrighty, now that we got the logistics of the weather, kind of what to be prepared for, what to bring, let's go ahead and jump right into what's there to do. Well, that depends on who you are and what you like doing. There's all forms of activities, like from cheap to free to little expensive, too outrageous depending on your budget. So let's just jump right in and see what we got. We have snorkeling. Now, there's tons of places to snorkel. Obviously, there's also better places than others, but there's also the free part. Just right on the beach, if you want to just see some fish, you hop right out off the beach and just swim out. Obviously, the fish are not, they're more abundant elsewhere because all the people swimming around are going to scare them off. But you're going to see great wildlife. You're going to see all kinds of fish and eels and turtles. Obviously, turtles. Everyone loves turtles. As for sharks, you barely see sharks. I've never actually seen any sharks snorkeling in Hawaii itself. I mean, not to say you won't see them, but it's very little to none. So do be prepared if you swim quite a ways out that you might see a shark. But remember, sharks are just like pets, and any like type of dog. Just don't go after it. Don't, interact with it. Just swim away, and it will go away. Now, if you tease it, it might bite you. Chomp, chomp. Alrighty. As well as if you go snorkeling, buy your gear before. If you don't buy your snorkel gear before, you're going to spend a ton of money for some real junk. Now, it's not that expensive right now because guess what? You're planning your trip. Go on Amazon, you can probably pick it up for less than $50 and you can have a decent gear. Versus there, you're probably going to spend that and up for some junk. Now, when it comes to this, water shoes. Snorkeling, swimming, just walking in the water, you're going to want water shoes because your feet are going to get destroyed and torn to pieces. Why? Because the coral. You can't avoid it. You're going to walk all over it. And if you don't have those shoes, you're going to regret it and be like, wow, I should have listened to Brandon when he told me to bring water shoes. Now go get yourself a pair. You could probably pick some up for like $20-$30, maybe even cheaper. Now, more adventures. Are you adrenaline junkie? You like that? Yeah, go crazy. Skydiving. They have a great skydiving. It's probably one of the best places to go skydiving. The adventure, the adrenaline, what you see, it's amazing. It's just one of those guarantees. And if you're super, super brave, you want to go swim with sharks, go swim with sharks. There's a lot of cage swimming. I mean, you can go open water or in a cage, depending on the sharks you want to see and how many you want to see. Depends on you. As for hiking, there's lots of trails, and for the most part, a lot of them are quite easy. So it's not too hard if you have kids. There are some trails, obviously, that are a little more, for instance, like in Oahu called Diamond Head. It's a little bit steep in some places, but, it's not terrible. For the most part, anybody can really walk it, even the kids. Now, fishing. Do you like fishing? Well, yes, guess what? Hawaii has great fishing. But remember, Hawaii is very expensive to go fishing. Depending on what you want to do and how many people you got going, be prepared to throw out $500 to $1,000 just to go fishing. That's why I avoid going fishing when I go to Hawaii because I'm not dropping that kind of money. But if you have a lot of money, be prepared, and you don't care, just know you're going to spend around $1,000 to go fishing. But it's fun though. I mean, if that's you and that's what you like to do, then go for it. Now, do you want to go on something more romantic? You have a honeymoon or a couple? I recommend a dinner cruise. Why? Why not go on a sunset dinner cruise? It's just relaxing and chilled and just hang out and, look at the water. Maybe see some whales. Look at the turtles in the water. As well as when you're, on the way in, you've seen that beautiful sunset. Also, do bring a jacket because it's quite cold. People don't realize. They're like, oh, but it's 80 degrees. But when you're out on that boat on that ocean, and it doesn't go too far out. So if you're scared of the ocean, you're super close. It's not like you're that far out, depending on obviously, the excursion you go on. But you're super close, so nothing to be prepared for there, as in like seasickness or you can't see the island. You could see it the whole time. So you'll be good there. But it's also worth it. These range depending on what kind you want to go on, food and how long. But they're usually about $100 a person. Definitely worth it. I recommend it. Another thing I do recommend, but it's kind of one of those things, be prepared to spend a lot of money, is a luau. Where they cook the pig and have the dancers and fire and all their, tribal traditions. Those usually run about $175 and about to $250 per person. Yeah, it's a great time, but I definitely recommend, unless you really want to pay a lot of money for dinner, maybe avoid this excursion, and that way you can go do anything else you'd like to do. Because it's kind of expensive if you think about it when you're just getting dinner. Alright, Now, here, as well as shopping. There's shopping. You have everything you can imagine. All the big name stores, local. If you like shopping, go ahead and go shopping because you can spend all the money in the world. Now, a big question a lot of people always have: cost. Now, this is one thing that I don't understand why so many people get this idea that Hawaii is so expensive, let alone any true vacation, no matter where you go. Obviously, the airfare is one thing that comes into it. Depending on where you're going, traveling can obviously is expensive because depending how far away you are. And Hawaii is almost like 2,000 miles from like anything. So yeah, you're going to pay some money to go. But as for hotels, just depending on how close you want to be to the beach and if you're okay with walking a little bit. But I will tell you, if you want to be close to the beach or on the beach, be prepared to spend a minimum $200 and up per night. But if you don't mind walking, you can probably save a little bit more, and that really comes down to you. Now, as for other costs, excursions and what to do and what not to do and how can I save money, or is it going to cost me thousands? Yes and no. There's tons of stuff that you can do in Hawaii for free, let alone almost free. There's all kinds of crafting places, and they have the Sunday market, hiking and snorkeling, swimming and hanging out and just sightseeing. A lot of that stuff's really cheap. But, if you want to spend some money, there's some great places, you can go to certain places to go snorkeling, Honolulu Bay, where, they're only open, I think it's either closed on Monday or Tuesday, but it's probably one of the best places you can go snorkeling. I also recommend Sharks Cove. It's on the other side, on the North Shore. That's free, but parking is crazy. So if you don't get there early, be prepared to not find a parking spot. As for the North Shore, I definitely recommend it, but do be prepared. It is all locals, and don't be an idiot. Don't be rude. Be nice. Don't park stupid. If you have any questions, ask people. As for that, the North Shore's a great place. I definitely recommend it. Now, transportation. They got it all, from taxis to Ubers to city bus, or you can rent a car. The choice is yours. But if you do rent a car for the whole trip, be prepared. Your hotel's probably going to charge you right around $50 per night. And as for parking around Hawaii, depending on where you're at, it's quite impossible. Not very much. So you're probably going to park and walk. So be prepared. You might want to get that insurance. You never know what might happen. All right. Now the bottom line. Go to Hawaii. Have fun. Explore. Find new things. Adventure. Because Hawaii has it all and much more to offer. And it's a ton of fun. You're going to have a great time. You don't have to spend thousands to go. But do prepare to spend a little bit of money. It is a vacation and you are going to be having fun. But there's always ways to save. But if I did not answer any questions you may have had, please do drop them below in the comments and I will get back to them as soon as I can. And if you like this video, please do give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more videos like this, hit that subscribe button. Drop below what kind of videos you would like to see. Hey, and thank you for watching and see you next time.